Do you know what? I've got to thank Josh for this because I've been media trained to a degree. I don't want to blow my own trumpet there because I'll say this and watch it back and go, no, I'm not. No. We'll skip that one. Okay, so I'm Chloe. I'm the managing director of Blue Ape Renewables. So Blue Ape Renewables specialises in solar PV, battery storage solutions, air source heat pumps and EV chargers. So I've been in the industry now about 10 years. So I've always been interested, and even in my home life, I do have everything I've just mentioned. So the solar PV, I've got the battery storage, I've got an air source heat pump, an electric vehicle, an EV charger. So it isn't just something I'm passionate about within business. I implement it in my own life as well. So yeah, that's sort of where I come into this, wanting to open up on my own. So, I mean, all clients can range. We've got people who have just purchased properties who buy from us. We've got people who have been in the homes for several years who want to come to us. And predominantly what we're looking to do is save customers money. So from the perspective of, for example, if you're going to go ahead and this is something I actually wanted to get across in the podcast today, there's so many people in the renewables industry now. I wouldn't say it's saturated, but it's massively opened up due to obviously government grants, several different aspects. But you've got to be able to not only sell a system, but be able to give that advice and ensure that people aren't just buying a one size fits all. You know, different properties are going to have different wants and needs. Different people are going to spend, I don't know, more on their electric than others. And each of them aspects massively is an important factor into what you purchase. So at Blue Ape Renewables, not only are we looking to sell to our customers and obviously give them the best system, we want to advise and make sure people are making informed decisions, whether they're my customers, whether they're Blue Ape Renewables customers, or whether they're potential customers, people purchasing from someone else. I mean, we've actually had people call us before who have already purchased and they're just looking for advice, and we're there to give that. Yeah, that's something we pride ourselves on. So I would suggest, I mean, one thing again, going back to our strengths, we don't just say that we're the best in the industry. We validate that. So we validate that with YouTube. We can show you different courses we've been on, the accreditations we've got. I mean, any good solar company will have all the accreditations. There is governing bodies such as MCS, NAPIT, REC, and they oversee the industry and they make sure that you've not got Joe Bloggs coming and fitting solar panels on your roof who's, never been given any sort of qualifications within solar. So we have all them. Not only do we have that, we have the YouTube channel that showcases it. We have the Instagram channels and we have the feedback of customers. So if you go on our Trustpilot, you'll see that. So not only are we looking to, allow customers to purchase these systems that are going to massively change their lives, we're also giving that advice. And I know I've previously said it, but that's what sets us apart, them high standards, them high standard of installations and the advice and information that we give along with the quality products. So you can never really give a definitive answer on pricing. And the reason I say that is because you could have somebody who's in a 2-bed house, let's say, for example, and the neighbour also in the same 2-bed house. So one of them neighbours may be in the property all day, working from home, using the computer, cooking, doing, using many appliances. And obviously then their annual electricity bill is going to be much higher than the gentleman next door who's out all day. So property size isn't it is a factor, but it isn't the only factor. I've said this previous, it isn't a one size fits all when it comes to solar, when it comes to air source heat pumps, and when it comes to battery storage. It's about the individual and it's about the individual property. So there's no blanket price. I do say at Blue Ape Renewables, we are competitive while still ensuring that they're getting the highest quality products. Things that matter to me are warranties. You may get a cheaper battery storage, for example, but the warranty is going to be substantially less than one that maybe is a slightly price increase. So they're the type of things that we look to as much as the price that we're giving to the customer. It's about the level of product they're getting and the level of service. I mean, it is all sorts of ages is what I'd say. I mean, I'm 32 and I've got a full system at my home, what I like to refer to as an ecosystem, because I'm now gas free. And obviously I'm running off an electrical vehicle, as I previously mentioned. So our customers vary. What I will say is I have seen a massive spike in people who may necessarily not be interested in renewables, such as panels, but there is a government incentive out at the moment, £7,500 towards an air source heat pump. An air source heat pump essentially would replace your boiler. Now, obviously, with a government grant, it's a massive incentive for people to want to buy. So originally, our demographic used to be, back in the day when I first got into this industry, 50 and above. It's massively changed. The market is open to everyone. And you've probably seen it yourself on social media. People want to do better by the planet. People are interested in renewables. People are interested in lowering their carbon footprint. And that's what we're all about. So it's not just about how much money you can save, whilst 100% for a lot of people, that is a massive reason as to why they purchase. It's also about what you're doing for the planet. And we're big on that at Blue Ape Renewables, which you'll see in a lot of our content. I hope you'll see in a lot of our content as well. And it is important now. I think, when you look at the news and what's going on at the minute, you'll see there's so many people that are doing that little bit more, and whether that be in renewables, whether that be in cleaning up after themselves, whether it be in whatever it is they're doing, the electric vehicles, it's in my hopeful opinion, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, not only for myself, but for the planet as a whole. Your home is your palace. So what we always aim to do at Blue Ape Renewables is the highest standard of install. And what I mean by that is, when I first come into the renewables industry, you would have a panel with a horrible big silver trim. It'd have lines going for it. Now it's the sleek, the black, the thinner, the smarter. We offer bird deterrent on every single install that we do, and that's free of charge. That's black. It's galvanized steel. It's around the perimeter of the panels. They're the type of things that set us apart from the lower price point, but perhaps not the most aesthetically pleasing. So whilst I can understand that to some people the aesthetic of a panel may not look the best, all we can do is try and minimise that. And I'm quite confident in saying, if you look at our portfolio of work, you'd agree with me and say that, if anything, it can in some ways actually make the house seem more appealing. So yeah, I'd say that in my own home, it definitely did that, yeah. But overall, Blue Ape Renewables, we're about not just sitting there and telling you, this, for example, we're Tesla accredited. So I wouldn't just say Tesla's the best. What I would say is, tell me about you. Tell me about your property. Tell me about your electricity consumption. And then what I'm going to do is tell you about what I believe is best for you. And if we're the best fit for you to come and install it, great. If not, take this advice and go and make an informed decision. And that's what we're about. So if anybody is interested in renewables or advice, or they've already got a system and they want to come speak to us at Blue Ape Renewables, you can contact us on 0151 452 4085. You can reach us on www.blueaperenewables.co.uk or contact us via email at info@blueaperenewables.co.uk. And I just want to drop in there, we are on every social media channel. So we're on YouTube, Blue Ape Renewables. We're on Twitter, Blue Ape Renewables, LinkedIn, Blue Ape Renewables, Instagram and Facebook. So any of them platforms, you will get someone to answer your questions, and hopefully we will speak to you soon.